Hi everyone and welcome. I'm doing a review and walkthrough today of this new deck called Mystic Psyche Tarot. This is by Emily Balivet, and I have to say that I was already familiar with her artwork and really drawn to this deck, in fact, because I noticed that one of the cards in this deck features on the very wall in front of me before this desk on which I do my readings. So it just feels very special to me because I was very drawn to her art when I was furnishing and decorating this room. Anyway, I'll do the review and walkthrough first, obviously, of this deck, but stay tuned to the end as I'll show you the picture on my wall. You may be interested to see that. Maybe you could guess which one it is as well from the deck, just as an add-on. So this deck is produced by Rockpool Publishing and it will be available to purchase from September 2025. So it says, this beautiful 78 card deck merges timeless wisdom with contemporary insight. For beginners and seasoned readers alike, it explores the depths of the human experience through vibrant, psychedelic and mythological images. The cards draw on the Celtic, surreal and Art Nouveau artwork to offer intuitive guidance and spiritual self-discovery. I have had a look through and I love the art in this deck. First of all, it really does have that Art Nouveau feel to it, as does the box. So I just thought I'd mention that. You can probably see from the design, which is so wonderful. And the writing here is raised. Is it embossed? Is that what it's called? Correct me if I'm wrong. The colour coordination as well, with the brown and the cream, really well put together, I have to say. It's a nice big sturdy box as well, which is really nice to keep your cards all together, with a matching ribbon, which is something I've noticed they do a lot at Rockpool. It's just those little touches, you know, even inside the box, the design there as well. So we'll just pull it all out. Now the guidebook also looks really impressive. It's all in colour, which is obviously really nice to see. Glossy pages as well, and just, yeah, looks really thorough and detailed. Which is nice because obviously you don't always get that with decks. And it depends, obviously, if you're a beginner, you might want that more. So we got the contents, an introduction, there's a beautiful image already that you can see there, how to use the cards, so preparing your deck. So again, if you're new to reading, that could help. Setting intention, drawing the cards, interpreting the cards. And then some tarot spreads, which they often have in these books, 1 card spread. 3 card spread, past, present, future. Celtic cross spread, which I love doing. Haven't done that for a while actually in my readings, but when I first started reading on my channel, I often did the Celtic cross spread, funny enough. And it just shows you the positions. And then we've obviously got the major arcana first. So it's all laid out pretty clearly with the number, the card, the full symbolism, meaning. There's a reversal description as well, which is nice. And then some keywords. So that looks quite detailed for people who might be beginners. And then so on and so forth. Again, the design detail around the edge is really wonderful, the way that all ties in. So obviously we'll take a look at the cards in a moment. Then it goes on to the minor arcana, and the same thing with the image and description. So at the back we've got the author here. Emily Balivet is a Vermont-based self-taught artist who's been creating art for over 30 years. Her work draws deeply from mythology, folklore and tarot symbolism, while her interest in mystic duality infuses each piece with layers of meaning. Wonderful. And she's got an Etsy shop available to purchase her prints, which you may want to do when you see the artwork. So as you can see, I've just zoomed in a bit, so hopefully you'll be able to see the cards quite clearly. Here's the back of the cards. There's this beautiful design, the hints of green around the edge. It's a nice cardstock as well, not too thick, which is good for shuffling, especially if you do riffle shuffling, for example. And it's got gold gilded edges, which is always lovely, lovely touch, I think, when you get that. And the cards as well, as you can see, in terms of attention to detail, match the box with that border. So I just think, you know, that's wonderful, the way it's all been put together. I think the borders work for these cards as well. There's a very small number at the top there, and then the word describing the card at the bottom. So here we go, we've got the Fool, which is really vibrant, as you can see with the sun there. Beautiful. I'll let you just take them in at your leisure. See if there's one that stands out to you, potentially. I mean, the colours really are vibrant, aren't they? I think they stand out. Especially in this card, Strength card, with the trees and the lion. And then this Hermit card, when I saw it, actually, I have to say, I just thought that was wonderful, the way that's been framed. Not sure about what you think, but just thought I'd mention that. Really Art Nouveau style there, with the sort of mosaic in the background. Love that one as well, with the mosaic style. I think that's a really wonderful tower. I think this was another one that stood out to me. I'll just point those ones out, if you don't mind. Because of the way here, there's like an arched ceiling above this tower. So when I saw that, I just thought, yeah, that really does depict the tower well. Like this tower almost hits the ceiling. You know, I know it doesn't grow, but it's something that can't grow any further. It's built on solid ground as well, which we can see with like the waves there, and so it's destroyed. So that is a wonderful tower, I think. And the star obviously on the front of the box. The moon, this is artwork that I've seen before, online of Emily's, so you might have seen that as well. Beautiful sun there, I have to say. Judgment, wow, that looks a bit like the beginning of films when they have the stars. That's what I'm seeing there. Is it an angel or a statue? Not too sure, but that's what I was just seeing there. And the world, that's beautiful. So that's all the major arcana. So I'll go through a bit quicker now with the minor arcana. I love that one with the pink background, that really pops. That's a beautiful Two of Cups as well. When I first looked through this deck, I was taken by so many cards. You know, I don't want to sort of sway you too much, obviously, but I'm giving my opinion as well, obviously, but I just think, yeah, they're wonderful images, colours, depiction, the Art Nouveau style, the frame. It's a deck that really, I think, will work for me, personally. I think you know that when you get a deck, to be honest. Maybe you found that as well. There are certain decks you're drawn to. This is one that I was definitely drawn to. If you like Emily's artwork, I think you will be as well. So now we're on to the wands. So as you can see, it's quite a pip deck for the minor arcana, but what I love in that respect is the way that they're still different. You know, sometimes you get pip decks, they just all look the same background. Obviously these are different, which is really lovely. Adds variety to the deck. Sorry everyone, this is me today. I'm just a little bit butterfingers for some reason. I think it's the angle actually that I'm, yeah, there we go, use my other hand, that's better. That one is lovely, the swirls there of pink in the sky, wonderful. And the king, when I saw this one, it looked like the emperor. So now we've got swords. Yeah, this one really stood out to me, just got to say, as a minor arcana. The way this sword is coming out like the sword of truth out of all of this conflict, which is portrayed by the Five of Swords. So I really like that one. We've got the traditional boat in the Six of Swords there. Seven of Swords, obviously this is plainer. We don't have the image of the person running away, but that's how it's been done. But this one's interesting with the eye behind the Eight of Swords, like perhaps showing entrapment. We've got the 9, 10. That's quite a powerful 10 of Swords, even again without the image of the person lying on the floor. So now the court cards. That's got a really autumnal feel to it. The Knight. The really vibrant sea of red there below him. That's interesting in that card. And this Queen of Swords really does have that Art Nouveau look about it, like she's a statue. Now obviously she can be seen as cold, so maybe that was the reason behind that one. And even the King of Swords, he's quite distant up these stairs. So he's like not very approachable. But he's got his sword there, you know, logical energy, for example. So I think that's quite interesting, the way that's interpreted. So now on to Pentacles, which you'll see have a really earthy vibe about them with the colours in particular. So again, I think that really works. Well, that's beautiful with the tree. Still got the tree in the image there. Eight of Pentacles. As you can see, very pippish. We don't, again, have the image of the individual. So, for a beginner, might be trickier, but maybe not. It depends on how you read. In terms of, you know, the Rider-Waite system. But I feel they'd be really lovely to work with. This is another one that I was really drawn to, the way her skirt here looks like it's blending in with the ground, almost like it's made from leaves. In fact, it's a very earthy energy, and even her hair is sort of blending in there with the trees in the background. So I love that. And another king on a throne. This is something I noticed in this deck. Have you noticed that? The way the king looks like the emperor in tarot on the throne. There are stairs. I suppose showing leadership there, potentially. So that's it, everyone. What do you think of the cards? Are you drawn to them? Do you have a favourite in this deck? Do you think you might get them for yourself? Do you like the artwork? Obviously it's all personal opinion, but just giving mine that, you know, obviously I love it. And as I said at the beginning, I have one of these images on my wall here, which is amazing. I would say, can you guess which one? Well, I'll show you now. It's actually one of the major arcana. And it's this one, the Strength card with the lion. I love lions, I love cats, so I think that's why I was drawn to this image. Now I'm just going to show you very quickly the print on my wall as well. So there you go, you've all had a preview of the wall in front of my desk, the picture that's there all the time when I do my readings, this very picture here that I was really drawn to. I wanted a tarot image to be in this room. Not all the images are, the rest are sort of nature and animals, but I wanted one, and that was the one I was drawn to. So just to sort of give you a little bit of backstory there as well. But anyway, back to the deck. I really hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough, enjoyed looking at the images with me. Let me know your thoughts if you wish. Do you like the images? Do you like the deck? Do you think you might get it yourself? It's always nice to see your comments. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you all very soon.